bracelet right there. I do want you to know this bracelet actually closes with that lobster claw clasp, but we have a good amount of these to go around. Remember also, every single item you're going to see in this 3-hour show on QVC2 is clearance priced at this blowout clearance price for the very first time. So you've never had this opportunity until now. So that's why you want to jump on it. All right, I want to go right back to Scott when I say you save. I know Scott's probably going to turn over in his stomach when he hears this. You're saving $98 and paying $51.04. How about that?
What's crazy is in the high-end designer world, the initial price that we offered it at, that QVC offered it at, was an amazing steal. And I say that only because for those of you who have never experienced Jay, or maybe you've never bought jewelry at QVC, I need you to understand the quality of this is on par or superior to your brick and mortar. And I challenge anyone who has any of our Jay jewelry, go in and then feel the weight of those high-end designer jewelries that are starting at 4 figures.
Yeah.
What you have here, this is our signature box chain. So in between the beads, I'm first going to tell you just about the box chain. That box chain has been around since the earth cooled in the world of high-end designer jewelry. But what it normally was, before we introduced it 8 years ago here at QVC, it was a perfect box. It was utilitarian, and it's normally made out of like a stainless steel or a base metal, and because it was a vehicle for designers to play with. Right. In my world, all my years at John Hardy, I always wanted to bring the box chain into the collection, but didn't have the opportunity. So when I came to QVC, one of the first things I wanted to do was to bring that box chain. So I called the leading manufacturer, so the same gentleman who creates this box chain for the highest end retailers. I said, well, how can we make it a little bit better? So may I ask you, could you put more sterling silver weight? And he goes, but Scott, we don't have to. It's just a chain. I'm like, my friend, we're going to make it better. So we actually added normally 3 times the recommended sterling silver weight, but we've also softened the edges. So it's not as masculine, it's not as utilitarian. Right. There's something incredibly feminine about that. And then our artisans individually hand apply oxidation under every single box link there. That's that darkness that you see there. Yeah. So as opposed to it just being gleaming sterling silver, we give you that oxidation, which gives you that very classic, strong, bold look. And then for the first time when we introduced this, we brought out all the beautiful hammered sterling silver beads. Yeah. So the beads that you see there, it'll have 5 beads that are individually soldered on, so the beads don't move on there. Right. But all of the hammered technique to create that refraction, I wanted to recreate the look of moonlight over the ocean. Right. So I love the way that not only do you get the geometric lines of the box chain, but then you get this beautiful bulbous silhouette of almost like a little bit of a disco ball, just bringing all the brightness and bringing the glimmer of that sterling silver. And then because we're Jay, the lobster clasp. The lobster clasp in itself is a work of art. Quite often, and as I always say, whether you're buying Jay or anything else, you guys, if you want to see the true quality, always look at the findings, because that's where you can see if it's just a generic that came from a catalog, they throw it on. This we custom make, so even that little design that you see on the side of that lobster clasp, that's our Sukhothai motif, which was the first collection I ever brought to QVC 8 years ago. So it brings the heritage and the DNA all the way through. There's a swivel on that clasp. Right. So it's not going to pull your fine hairs. It's going to roll beautifully on you, and all you're feeling is this gorgeous, almost like liquid sterling silver. This is the DNA of our designer brand of Jay Jewelry. Scott, I just want to update everybody. Only size small is all we have. Only size small, but that's what I wear. I wear 6.5 to 7. So this is like 6 3/4. You've got plenty of room. I'm wearing the size small, and you can see I still have enough room to even get a finger in there. So don't think that that's just for very, very tiny people, because I'm not that tiny. But the fact is that this is so crazy. This well, I just tell it like it is, you know. I adore you, Mary. But you know what? It's like when I look at this, if you have ever wanted a Jay jewelry bracelet or another one, maybe you have just the chain, just the round box chain. Maybe you don't have one that has the beads on it.
$51.04. I mean, you can even put it on 3 payments of $17.01. And you get this home. Remember, there are no returns, no exchanges. But seriously, if you've shopped QVC at all, you probably know exactly what your size is in jewelry. So you don't even have to think about it or worry about it. And the other thing I wanted to mention, 13.2 grams. It's like you said, Scott, this has a weight to it, a heftiness that honestly will rival any designer piece out there that is hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's the same sterling silver.
Yes. No, and what's again, just you never want to give all the secrets that happen in the kitchen where the magic happens.
Right.
But my goal always is, as working with our team that manufactures this and coming from John Hardy, and I still work with John Hardy, so
yeah.
They've been around for over 45 years, and when you think of some of the highest end artisan jewelry and sterling silver, you think of John Hardy because it's all about that craftsmanship. It's all about, we call it the head, the heart, the hand. I mean, that's what brings to life all of our jewelry, and there's something magical that happens. So I've just been able to, all those years of doing personal appearances and knowing what so many of you would come to my personal appearance, and I would always say, do me a favor, wear your favorite jewelry. I don't care if it's John Hardy, I don't care if it's Yerman, or I don't care who it is.
Right.
I want to see what you love and tell me why you love it. And then I can help create looks that speak to your style, but also speak to your lifestyle that you will wear every day.
Right.
So the first task I took when I came to QVC was not only bringing pieces that were designed by me based on my travels around the world, or whether it's based off of my family and my children, but a lot of it was honestly just what I learned from so many of you of what you want in real jewelry. As much as I've heard, you know what, Scott, in the 80s, I had my big hoops and I had all my fashion and my fun, but I realize now I'd rather invest in quality pieces that I'm going to wear every single day. So to show up today with you, Mary Beth, and see that you're investing $51.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, in a precious metal, I mean, one of the major commodities in the world. On that end, it's mind blowing. Just because, as you said, I could never, ever in a million years try to bring something like this to you at this price. This
That's
is all QVC.
Not when it's solid, not when it's all this workmanship. So much hand workmanship goes into it. So you can see what the QVC price was. It was $149.75, and that was a good price because I always feel like any of your bracelets that are less than $200, I'm getting a deal. But right now at $51.04, I would snatch up a few of these, set these aside, keep one for yourself, certainly if you can wear a size small. But if you don't wear a size small, snatch up a couple of these at $51 and save them for gifts, for the holidays, for whatever. I mean, it could be any occasion. It could be graduations and birthdays and things like that. But this doesn't happen hardly ever. So when you get that opportunity, please take advantage of it. You got to really see what you're buying and understand the incredible value that you are getting. Saving $98, paying $51, and yet it is solid sterling silver with so much hand craftsmanship that goes into it. More than 100 of these already gone. That may sound, like it's not that many, but I got to tell you, we don't have that many to go around. So we have a limited supply in everything you're going to see. Now, the good news is, we still have our J Jewelry earrings yet to come. I'm wearing the Kalahari design, which has the beautiful round, like little bubbles in it. And Scott will be back to talk to us about that in just a little bit. So Scott, thank you so much. We'll see you in a bit.
I appreciate it, my friend.
Now, here's something else coming up from Jay, and it is a big, beautiful cuff. Look at this, a sterling silver and